Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. I don't know why I went really high pitched, but yeah, welcome back to Dragon Age. Let's talk through this Mithra.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived.
No.
We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
I understand.
Had we known a Grey Warden was coming, we might have arranged a different reception. But I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Do you miss the cloister much? I heard you were quite happy there.
Yes, I was generally. It was peaceful and it gave me a new start. No one knew who I was.
I never thought I'd ever set foot in a Dalish camp.
I must say, I thought the Dalish would be much harder to find. Do you think this clan let us find them?
How do they move these things through the forest? Do the trees just get out of their way, or what?
That is a good point, Alistair. We'll talk to this Saril guy first.
We greet you, child of the stone.
Ooh.
I understand you are to venture into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain.
Oh, well, thanks.
An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
The Keeper mentioned that.
Then you are very brave to adventure into such a place, even knowing the danger that awaits. Your courage impresses us greatly.
You sound like you're being sarcastic. I must deal with the Blight. If I can help you, I will.
Nothing will help us now. Least of all the meddling of an outsider.
Oh, shut up.
You are being most unkind, Saril. Would you refuse our hunters' help simply because of the hand that offered it?
You shame me, Lethalan. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment. Forgive me, Grey Warden. It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us. Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Sure. Yes, I'd like that.
Come and join us then, all of you.
Alistair, just sit on the floor.
Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes.
Yes.
Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell. We were freed.
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes.
Yes.
Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tevinter Imperium. Our ancestor, Shartan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end,
What's he looking at?
we were given a new homeland in the west, the Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators and made the Dales our home. Perhaps you know what happened next, stranger. Do you know what happened to the Dales?
You were invaded by the humans.
Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us.
Yeah, that happens a lot
crusade.
with old time things. It was a war you started, I'm told.
Told by whom? A history that has been dictated by the victors, no doubt. Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
And we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish, the keepers of the lost law.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenine, and never again shall we submit.
And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you.
Thank you, I enjoyed it very much.
Perhaps one day you will tell us a tale of your people.
I will.
A day when you are not guest and stranger, but savior.
I'll tell you right now.
Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Do you wish to hear it?
We are dwarves, we come from stone. Everyone lives in the stone houses near a volcano, so then when it erupts, we all die. The end. Yes, tell me of the forest.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And those battles tore the veil?
Indeed. Very wise of you. There was so much death that the veil into the beyond was torn. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
Interesting. This Witherfang still exists today?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, and thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
Are you trying to imply something? So there are many spirits in the forest?
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees.
Everything's
the wolves,
haunted in
even
this
the
game.
bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
There were battles in the forest?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land?
Yeah, it's a bunch of trees.
And how many elves died here? And slavery. Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium, fought and died on this soil.
How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn, unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
That's all I needed to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too
so
many
it does
have
move.
become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
I will try.
Dareth Shirol.
I think that means goodbye, the way people are using it. Oh, he's still got a thing above his head. Let's do that in the next episode. So next time we'll talk to the guy and see what else he has to say. So see you then.